Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Charting Markets with Jeremy. So for today, we'll take a look at Bitcoin, which I think would be of interest to quite a bit of people right now after seeing some volatile sessions playing through, especially over the past few weeks. So for Bitcoin, if we were to take a longer term perspective of what has been happening, looking at the recent movement where we have seen since mid-April, where Bitcoin actually went to a high of near 65,000 before actually plunging down to the current correction phase. In fact, from its peak to the current trough, we are talking about somewhere near 55% sell-off that we have actually seen over the past 2 months or so. Right now, I think the main question is the uptrend all over for Bitcoin, or is there still a chance for the overall movement to actually turn back higher? So I guess right now, if you were to take the longer term perspective of what has been happening for Bitcoin, this is on the weekly time frame. So you can see the general trend is still, I would say, decent in terms of the uptrend still holding up. Mainly right now, I think the two key levels to be watching out for is actually the 30,000 psychological support, as well as this 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level over here at $27,000. So this cluster of support over here in blue at $27,000 to 30,000 will be the key inflection point in my view, that for Bitcoin, it will likely be bouncing off and kind of will be forming a bottom here. So key thing to watch again is I think mainly the 27,000 floor, because this is actually the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level over here. If you were to look at this upswing in price going all the way back since the COVID low of last year in March. So as long as this 27,000 level holds, I would say the uptrend will remain in play, and there is a higher chance of us seeing a kind of uptrend resuming to probably even revisit its previous high of $60,000 for Bitcoin. Again, just to cover the worst case scenario, if the 27,000 floor actually breaks, then it wouldn't surprise us to see an acceleration in the bearish momentum kicking back in gear, and for Bitcoin to actually fall back lower to somewhere near $20,000 over here, which used to be a resistance. But again, right now, looking at the near-term price section, all still kind of points toward a likelier scenario where we would see a bottom formation playing through right now, somewhere between $27,000 to $30,000. Which is much clearer here on the daily time frame. So looking closer on the daily time frame, what we are seeing is currently the market is watching 30,000 very closely as the current inflection point or the floor for price. Mainly because if you were to look closer somewhere in early part of this year, you can see this 30,000 floor here in blue has been actually acting as a very nice kind of launch pad for Bitcoin when we see periods of correction playing through. So in fact, you can see in January where Bitcoin actually fell in a range of somewhere near 30%. We saw multiple occasions where it actually bounced off this 30,000 floor and eventually kind of turn back into its uptrend and actually break new record highs. So right now we could be seeing a similar kind of bullish price action playing through at the 30,000 floor currently. And in fact, as of Tuesday, we actually broken below the 30,000 floor slightly, even to a low of around $28,600 over here. But nonetheless, you can see the price action was rather strong on Tuesday alone, where we actually see a recovery in price closing back above 30,000, and henceforth at the same time actually formed this bullish price action over here, what we call a hammer rejection bar. So right now, looking at the near-term price action, what we can see from current movement, current sentiment is the market is still respecting the floor at $30,000. And again, key cluster of support is still within this range of $27,000 to $30,000 over here. So factoring in what the relative strength index is showing, in fact, we are seeing this bullish divergence forming at the same time, where we see this higher low being formed here for the RSI, where the price of Bitcoin is actually forming a lower low. So if the 30,000 floor actually holds, chances are would be that this bullish divergence for Bitcoin will actually hold true. And what it means is probably we could be trading pretty close to a bottom here, or in fact, maybe a bottom is already in place here on Tuesday alone. And what we could expect is probably a bounce up higher in price for Bitcoin over the coming weeks and months, probably firstly to revisit its previous high of around $40,900 over here, representing about 25% upside as the first target, and after which probably around to 47,000, representing about 45% upside as the next target. And again, as the kind of uptrend slowly gets back into gear, it wouldn't really surprise us to see Bitcoin even trading back to the 60,000 level here, probably over the coming months. So right now, key thing to watch is probably for this key cluster of support again to hold at $27,000 to $30,000 over here, and eventually leading up to higher prices over here over the coming weeks. So yeah, that's all we have for today. We'll see you guys in the next one.